Buddy, here we are. Hopefully, this thing is going like it is supposed to go.
I don't see it yet. On the BellRays page, that is what it's posted on.
It should be. Yep. BellRays, YouTube. See that?
Yep, I see it.
Okay.
All right. So hopefully, if you're there, can you send a comment
See one face.
from wherever you are on Facebook? I think we can catch Cap. If you can see us. Yeah, 'cause I don't think I can. Yeah, if you guys can see us, just send them. We can see that you hear us. Let me go to this chat. Restream my own comment. Okay, I don't. I guess this is where those display. But here it is. Mari's here.
So, how's everybody doing? If you can hear the guitar, let us know. If you can hear the talking, let us know, please. We don't have the same graphical things where we could see what's going on this software. So let us know if you can hear it. Normally, I have like a little bar that shows the volumes and stuff
No,
that's
just
going
graphics
on.
and that's
Yeah,
captions.
it should be this thing, I would imagine. But
Right here.
oh, there's something's going on.
Network connection. This is a sound thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to see if that thing is. Should I make that bigger?
It is bigger. That's
Oh.
that. So you can full screen it there, but I'm not sure if that.
I don't know if I'll be able to
yeah,
see these
goes right.
guys. Luis is here.
Says he can hear the guitar. Awesome.
All right, Mari's here.
Can you hear the talking? I guess you can.
I hope you
if
can
you're
hear the
answering-
talking. Yeah.
If you're answering our questions, I guess you can.
Karen is here. John Walsh. John says we can hear okay.
Okay.
I think Bob was trying to get a really good guitar sound, so that kind of means it's not that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm assuming.
yeah. I mean, maybe the volume isn't going up as far as it can, but I turned it up a little bit. So let me know if you can hear it better now.
Sounds a little distorted. Yeah.
But it's now the green bar is going up a little higher.
Where's the microphone?
Hey. The microphone's right there. So it should be okay.
Does it matter that the computer's blocking it a little bit?
I'm going to adjust that right now.
I mean, it shouldn't for the guitar.
No, the guitar should not.
Can you hear us the same or better? Who is here?
Hey, Pua.
Giovanni's here. Yay! Hello. Did he? Oh, I can see the bar better.
Yeah.
On that.
So I think it's going up all right. I hear everything fine. The overall sound quality is not as good as previous videos. Are you using a new mic? No, we're using a new software. We're trying to work with the Restream.
Not even new software. We've used it for the past three
but
ones of these things that we did, but it's routing through a different way than it did the last time.
Yeah, before it was just through whatever the phone mic or whatever microphone we were using on the actual box. This time I have it going through a mixing board and stuff. So that's a little louder,
yeah.
Tom says.
So yeah, because if Tom or Allie was here before,
Right.
and then they heard once you moved the microphone, maybe that.
Right.
And maybe Michael's comment had already come before you had made the adjustment.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a bit of a delay in getting the comments. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's like we have to do a sound check every time we.
Yeah.
Not even just a sound check, like a let's reassess the way this whole thing is done.
Yeah.
Check.
Yep. So
'Cause this is our only multi simulcast
right.
thing. So I like the idea that like people can watch us from different platforms.
Mhm.
That's the whole plus of using this software. But I also don't want it to be like not the quality show.
Yeah.
So
So, hopefully
it's
this is, we'll learn from this. We'll go back and watch it and see what the problems are, and
hopefully
we'll uh
it'll
we'll iron them out.
yeah.
We'll iron them out. All right. So it just kind of seems like every time we get down here to the studio to do some stuff, we end up doing a bunch of other stuff, and trying to hook all this up and go live and practice live is you have to send it out into the ether and wait for it to come back to get your clues. You can't just
Right.
headphone it, I guess. So um
It wouldn't
what
be
are
the
they?
same either.
I can hear you better, Mari says.
Oh,
That's a little louder.
Michael
It
said
does
it does
sound
sound
better
better.
now.
So
Okay.
when he
I
sent
can
that,
see you guys
yeah,
on Twitter. Awesome.
yeah,
You're on Twitter.
that's the cool thing about
Yeah.
us being able to use this software is it allows us to reach people that probably wouldn't normally see us on Facebook.
Right.
So we really appreciate having you all here. We're trying to be as inclusive, especially since we just do this once a month now.
Right.
We try to really make it have the bang it deserves. So thank you all for showing up. Luis says it sounds great. Awesome.
Yay.
Wonderful. All right. Well, let's move on into the show.
And that explains why I can't see other people in chat. The announcement
Yeah,
sent to me in YouTube.
the chat. Yeah, the chat thing. Just a really quick, um, a really quick uh, overview of that. When it was just on uh, Facebook, everybody could see the same chat. Now we get this chat overlay that shows us like a little emblem of what
Right. Of who's
everybody's
chatting on what.
of who's chatting on what, but that's it. In fact, let me
Right. So I see right now, I see a Twitter chat, I see a YouTube chat, and I see a Facebook comment. So it's,
let me see
um,
if I can get a
I mean,
photo.
that's great because that means everybody's showing up.
Right, but it also means that they can't interact with one another,
Right.
which is kind of a drag because
Yeah.
I know that's one of the funnest things. That's the we spent a lot of time trying to make sure that we can look at the chat so they can see who's here because
Right.
that means a lot to us to see who's here. So Al's here. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we
Baby steps.
baby steps.
Baby steps. So yeah, today's rock show brought to you by one of my favorite older songs. This
Take
is
part of your head off.
this is one of those ones where um, I was kind of surprised that I actually wrote it. It was one of the first song. It might have been the first song I wrote that was actually a reaction to something that happened to me, and that wasn't like, oh, I wish I had that girl kind of thing. Um, it it I was in my very first original band, was a band called the Dangers, and the fact that I think I'd been playing in a cover band for 6 months, 7 months, something like that, when I auditioned for the Dangers, and being in the Dangers opened my eyes. It just changed my world. It completely changed my world. Here was a guy. It wasn't just a band. They were starting their own club. They had all this other stuff going on. Chris was this guy who was just writing all of these really great songs, and it meant a lot to me to be able to play. I was playing bass at the time, to be a part of all of that, because I mean, even I've told you guys before, it was a daily occurrence that I was get a call from Chris, and he would ask if he could use my bass amp because they were putting on some bands, and he was going to be in 3 of them, and they needed a bass amp so he could play bass or guitar or whatever it was he needed to play out of it. So I would go down there. I would be down in this club that I wasn't legally, uh, really able to get in. They let me in. I was I had just turned 18. I think it was 21 and over. Um, but they let me in because I had the bass amp, and I got to see all these bands. I got to see some really great, really great bands because of it, and be part of this uh, this cool community where people are actually doing something with music that wasn't just playing other people's songs. And even when it was just playing other people's songs, because like I said, any given night, the Dangers would be a headliner, and then there would be three bands that was all 60s and 70s and covers. Um, so even when they were playing covers, they were it was a fun thing. It wasn't like you have to play it right and you have to get the guitar part right because Rick Nielsen will come down and kick your ass if you fuck it up or something. So, um, long story long,
Longer.
yeah, long story longer. Um, I was part of this thing, and one day I wasn't. One day I wasn't the bass player for the Dangers anymore. It just kind of came out of the blue to me, and all the reasons aside, I understand it, and I know what's going on and everything, and but it really made me mad. It it affected me a lot. And when I found out, I I went home and I wrote this song. All the words came out, the music, and it immediately turned into a staple for the next band that I started. Um, where I started my own thing and um, playing with Bob Jarvistad and the Lads and all that. It 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 was the first time that had ever happened to me. And so when I would go out and play the song, a lot of times those guys were in the crowd. We would open for the Dangers, or we would do whatever, and I would play the song and just you know I had such a high esteem of Chris and those guys at the time that it was you know that like, well, they must know what I'm talking about. They must know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I've never asked. Um, and it was a small measure of satisfaction to be able to play the song live. And I got to play bluegrassy solos and got to extend endings and do all that kind of stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And then when Lisa joined the band, it took on a whole new meaning. It it uh, it wasn't just me barking out these lyrics. It gave it gave it a real revival feel, which is what I had always been trying for. And that's kind of the story of the song.
Write it and they will come.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a catharsis song, or it is a catharsis song, um, and it's called "Testify." Should we do it, or do you want to say something
I
about
don't
it?
have anything to really say about it that isn't, you know, on the nose like that. I mean, that pretty much says how it's born, and I think that's kind of what we want to focus on with this show. I've never been a person that really wrote in response to anything.
Mhm.
I just talk about feelings. I'm a feelings person. But I guess writing a response to something like that
That's
is a feelings
that's
thing.
what this is. I mean, it's a feeling of like I uh, I gotta say something. Nobody seems to be saying anything about
Yeah.
this fact. Uh, Everybody seems to like having me around. Everybody seems to like having me in the band, and I'm not in the band.
Well, it's that
Why
whole
kind of a thing?
the we're not getting into the if and when of we're bringing the fever pitch of the frustration was nobody wanting to do the dirty part,
Right,
which is actually say this is not like you're not in the band anymore.
right,
Right.
right,
That's the like I I deplore having to do it, but I'm always like, let's cut that, let's do that thing, that really bad thing that we gotta do
yeah.
quickly.
It
Let's cut it now so that we can just, you know, prune ruthlessly.
right,
That's what that's
and
my
it really did give me that. Like, I'm never gonna. I literally verbally vowed, like, I am never going to let that happen to anybody else in my band. Maybe I'll have guys that I'd rather be playing with somebody else, or I'd rather be doing something. But when I'm not going to do it with them anymore, I I'm not going to do it. Hey guy, I'm not going to do this with you anymore. Thanks, but here's why.
Getting me in the band was like getting a can of Raid to go and like just spray it on that stuff.
Lisa
too.
was really good at it. I only had to do it a couple of times.
Well, what normally happens in couples is somebody is unhappy with something. Hey, what's going on? Why are you unhappy? And then the talk behind the thing is well, this and this and this and this. So then my intuition is up on, oh, well, this is what he's saying behind, but he hasn't said anything to everybody else. Because most people don't really think like that. You just kind of keep going with whatever it is you're going with. And then after a while, it just builds up in me to where it's just like, oh, well, we need to just kind of cut this off. We need to end this. So I'm not saying it's the right way. I'm just saying it's the way I know.
Yep.
So
our
pairing, it's like a good wine and cheese.
It is. It is
together.
It's the sweet and the sour.
The sweet and the sour. But I feel like there's always these little seeds that are planted so that I'll do the dirty work. So Bob doesn't really have to get that ball rolling. Because I've been death. That's what I've been many a time.
I have an over tolerance for things where
that's what he says, but he's still behind the scenes cussing about shit and complaining about it. And to me, if you're gonna complain to me about it, you're using my bandwidth. If I'm not complaining about it and you're complaining about it,
right?
That ain't fair.
It isn't, and I've learned that. I've learned that.
Therapy with Bob and Lisa. Marriage therapy with Bob and Lisa.
Here we go. Testify.
Well, there's just one thing I gotta know. Where did all of your feelings go? Never mind the way things are. People saw a superstar. I gave my heart and soul. Someone didn't care no more. Couldn't see the danger sign. I gotta testify. Your small town girls are all the same. In my heart, got a burning flame. The light you gave behind your smile never could take you down. Oh, people believe your lies. Even get your alibi. They couldn't see the danger sign. I gotta testify. Oh, small town girls are all the same. In my heart, got a burning flame. The life you gave would never end. I like the way you treated your friend. Oh, people believe your lies. You give your alibi. They couldn't see the danger sign. I gotta testify. I gotta testify. Oh yeah. The lies you give behind your smile ain't worth the trouble that it takes to hide. You talk until there's nothing left. Race is over, collect your bets. Your small town girls are all the same. In my heart, got a burning flame. That's not the way you used to be. You used to give it out. Used to give it out for free. Yeah. People believe your lies, even give your alibis.
They couldn't see things inside. Gotta testify. Yeah. Testify, yeah.
Gotta testify.
Yeah.
Wow.
Testify, yeah. Testify.
Gotta leave it on the line.
Testify.
I gotta testify.
Testify.
I gotta testify.
Testify,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
You know you gotta testify.
Yeah.
Woo!
Testify.
Testify, ladies and gentlemen.
Testify. If
You
you'd like to
gotta
testify
testify.
using PayPal, you can do that with paypal.me/thebellrays. You can also testify on Venmo using @thebellrays. And you can always go to our website, thebellrays.com.
The Cash App, $,
Cash
the
App.
BellRays.
You can also use the lovely land of stars. Stars, right on Facebook. For those of you not on Facebook right now, you can always go back, find this video, pledge some stars here. We'll take what we can get.
We will watch those stars rise into the sky. and
Rising
drop
up.
right into our field.
Rising up. So yeah, so Bob and I, in the heat of August, I think it's going to get triple digits today.
Triple digits.
For certain.
The trio.
Wanted to also let you guys know that this weekend is our Patreon rock show. That will be air Saturday morning.
Yep.
No, Saturday evening. I can't remember now.
Saturday morning. We'll be on there Saturday morning.
So
Friday
it hits like 6 o'clock over there. Is
Friday
that what
night, yeah.
I get confused?
Midnight Friday night.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's what we're doing. Midnight Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's land right in. Just
There it is.
make it right at the top.
There it is.
Right at the Midnight Friday night, which is actually Saturday, because that's what you're. If we're doing it
Yes.
Friday night.
Yes.
So 12 a.m. Saturday is when we're going to do the rock
you
show.
go.
So if you don't know about that, that's the Patreon rock show. You can find that. I'm sure somebody will be kind enough to put that in.
Patreon.com/thebellrays.
Yes, that's us. That's us. So that's how you sign up to the rock show. Changes are coming to Patreon. Changes are coming. It's all good. It's all wonderful stuff that's happening. I hate that word stuff. But
I use
anyway,
it way too much.
Yeah.
It's rubbing off on her.
I don't like it. I absolutely hate
I'm
that
gonna have
word.
to get my stuff eraser out. And erase it.
Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. Once again, paypal.me/thebellrays if you want to contribute to our little monthly shindig here. If you want a little bit more, please join us at the Patreon Rock Show. It's longer, more involved, a little bit juicier,
Mhm.
you know,
More songs.
more songs,
More songs. More
more
themes.
songs, more laughter, more themes.
More
We're
green screen.
we're still working into our new schedule, which has been quite not difficult, but just a challenge in the heat. Everybody out there, we want you all to stay safe. There's fires, floods, and all kinds of mayhem
God
afoot.
knows what all.
And also wear your mask and get vaccinated because
You can't stand next to us unless you do.
you have the power. Because we have the power to keep ourselves safe and you know, and don't talk to crazy people that don't understand that. Just don't even waste your time. Just go and take care of yourself, take care of your people, be healthy, be wonderful, and thank you guys so much
Thanks a lot for being here.
for
you
being
guys.
here. Don't forget those stars. Don't forget those stars. Cash App at the bell, $ the BellRays. Venmo is at the BellRays, and paypal.me/thebellrays is the best way to send
And-
us money through PayPal.
TheBellRays.com.
We'll always take cash
Yep.
if you want to mail it to us.
Yeah, you know.
You know, P.O.
right.
Box, the BellRays.
.com.
No, the BellRays, P.O. Box 1532, Riverside, California, 92502. But just stay safe.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.